Welcome to the Alvirne Senior Athlete Award Banquet. My name is Justin Huft. I'm wrapping up my first year as the athletic director at Alvirne, following in the footsteps of someone who now has her name on the Athlete of the Year awards that we'll be giving out later tonight, Karen Bonney. Welcome, Karen. One of the first things I was told upon being hired was the building principal came to me and said, "We have a spring banquet that is far too long. We've got to find a way to cut this down. It's 90 degrees every spring." So that was my first order of business. So hopefully tonight we will not be here for longer than we need to, let's say. At the same time, we do want to give recognition to people that are well-deserving. I'd like to start off by thanking Only Catering for that delicious meal. Thank you very much. Would also like to thank our custodians, led by Alvirne superfan, now retired golf coach Ryan Leary, for all their work in setting up tonight's event. Another fantastic touch to this banquet is the decorating done by Alvirne's own Michelle Tiemann. I'd like to send a big thank you out to her as well. And then in terms of tying the whole event together, including the program book that each of you have received, many other little touches that added together really help make for a special evening, I'd like to give a big heartfelt thank you to the athletic department's exceptional admin assistant, Jamie Gajikian. Jamie. Another of our key people in Alvirne Athletics that I'd like to give a big thank you to is our outstanding athletic trainer, Chris Driscoll. While I know that this year's senior class was never anything other than a delight to deal with, there are times where Chris has to deal with occasionally challenging teenage clients. You can probably imagine the sort. Anyhow, putting that together with a first-year AD who's still trying to learn where everything is and who everyone is can make for a challenging time for an athletic trainer. I think that we're all so fortunate to have someone as professional, personable, and patient as Chris Driscoll with us. Thank you, Chris. And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Alvirne Principal Extraordinaire Steve Beals. Steve, it's been awesome getting to work with you after spending so many years in the same circles. Your passion for students and our student athletes in particular goes a long way toward the positive experience of many of our teams. Thank you. I would like to thank the Alvirne student athletes. It's been a pleasure watching you compete this year. You've shown toughness, competitiveness, and good sportsmanship as you represent our school. The rest of the evening will be dedicated to your efforts here, but before moving on, I would like to, last but not least, thank the Alvirne coaches. I don't believe anyone can truly relate to what it's like to have the responsibility that today's coaches have other than a fellow coach. So as a fellow coach, I hope you know that I know how hard you are all working to help our student athletes develop in and out of the competitive realm. Thank you, coaches. What we're going to do now is called banner recognition. It's kind of a chance to recognize achievements of this year's senior class. It may be this season, it may have been in prior seasons. There are currently 89 high schools in New Hampshire that compete as part of the NHIAA organization. 88 of those schools have less than 3,000 students. Of those 88 schools, Alvirne's boys indoor track team was the best indoor track team this winter. In a nip and tuck day up at Plymouth State University this past winter, the team peaked at just the right time to finish at the head of the pack of those 88 schools. Would senior members of the boys indoor track team please stand up and be recognized? Going back to 2025, the winner of 2025, we have a state champion in wrestling for the girls' state championship, Jillian Boncori. Jillian, give us a wave. Please stand. We have a two-time state champion in Division II wrestling, Quentin Tatro. Quentin, can you stand up? This winter, we had New England qualifiers from our Winter Spirit team. Outstanding job by our Winter Spirit. Please stand to be recognized. Those girls were exceptional at Pinkerton. They had a prelim round and then the championship round. Finished up at New England qualifiers. We'd also like to recognize we had a team that won the Winter Spirit, the Winter Sportsmanship plaque for top sportsmanship rating for the winter. That was also the Winter Spirit team. Ladies, please stand and rise again. They're tired of standing, I get it. We have a diving state champion this year, Ari Anderson, diving state champion. How about a hand for Ari? And then I'd like to talk about some track school records that we have set by members of the senior class in this room. We have a new school record in the 4x100. Joey Marcotte, Jaden Taylor, and Shane Plumley were senior members of that team. Go ahead and stand up. We have a new school record in the 4x160 relay. Joey Marcotte, Jaden Taylor, Shane Plumley. We have a school record in the 300-meter hurdles. Joey Marcotte. And we have a school record in the boys' long jump. Joey Marcotte. So those are the big items, the banner ones. But really, from fall through spring, we had a lot of special moments here. I can remember in the fall, football team going to Merrimack, what we thought was a playoff game, tough environment, Halloween, coming out with a big victory, stunning the state there until the evil warlord up the road in Londonderry there ruined our season. But that was a special moment. And then even this past spring, looking at our girls lacrosse team, nip and tuck game here, Milford, end of the season, last home game, 4-4. We came back, tied it in the fourth quarter. And then had that beautiful play where Olivia hit Mackey right in front of the goal, went up 5-4, the place went nuts. So we're not going to have a banner for those types of moments, but they were special moments. If you were there, you'll remember that moment. I'm going to remember those moments, and I hope that you too will remember those moments as athletes. Great job on that. All right, we're through 2 pages of my nonsense before we can actually get to the really good stuff. What we're going to do now is raffle. Number 13. Come on up, I got a gift card for you. And number 8. What's your number? Number 8. Yeah. Number 8. Congrats. I said 13. 1-3. That's you. Congrats. Any senior athletes that did not get a cord, by the way, make sure you see Jamie in the lobby. You have a cord as part of your bling for your graduation gear, so make sure you have that if you don't already. At this point, we're going to do recognition for senior student athletes that are planning to go to college and play sports at the collegiate level. I know we have a handful. If you would please stand up at this point in time. How about a hand for them? So this banquet and other recognition events are just some of the things that the Alvirne Bronco Booster Club does to benefit Alvirne sports programs. Items donated over the past several years include the press box at the game field, the gym scoring table, defibrillators, batting cages, tennis ball tutor, and weight equipment for various sports programs. They also give varsity sweatshirt to every athlete upon completion of their second varsity season. I know the majority of students here tonight have received those. The funds needed to finance these activities are all made possible because of the committed and involved parents who volunteer their time, talents, and ideas to help make the sports experience at Alvirne positive and forever memorable. At this time, I would like to thank the Executive Board for all of their hard work for the benefit of our programs. President Katie Verrocchio, please stand up. Vice President Heather Smalley. Secretary Renee Andrews. Treasurer Danielle Ryan. And Concession Coordinator Jody Nix. Special shout out to Danielle Ryan, who has so much fun doing it that even though she has a child graduating Alvirne High School now, she's going to stay on board to help us with the treasurer, as the treasurer of the Booster Club. Thank you, Danielle. We just had another Booster Club meeting last night. They are well worthwhile. They're not that long. I go to all of them. In the spirit of many hands making lighter work, I would like to personally ask anyone in the room who has an interest in helping to enhance the experience of our Alvirne student athletes to consider volunteering sometime with the Alvirne Booster Club. At the end of each school year, the Alvirne Bronco Booster Scholarship rewards senior student athletes who have earned at least 2 varsity letters, have academic standing within the top 50% of their class, and have participated in a varsity sport their senior year. Applicants are selected through a screening process that involves an essay submission and is reviewed on a name-blind basis by an independent party. This year's winners are, in alphabetical order, Olivia Baptista, Zoe Burt, Jacoby Durham, Nora Lamerisis, Victoria Supa, Danny Wimmer, and Avery Woods. If we could have those winners come up to the picture place over here to my left, your right, we'd like to get a quick picture with you, please. The next recognition we will do tonight is for the scholarship applicant who received the highest rating from the review committee. This award is named for Barbara Hamilton. Barbara was a pillar in the Hudson community, serving the children of the town through her work in the recreation department. Barbara lives on through this scholarship and lives on through the community service that Alvirne student athletes provide in the greater Hudson area. We're fortunate to have last year's recipient, Mia Tardif, here to help present this year's award. Mia, if you would please come up and join me to hand the plaque to this year's winner. This year's winner is a 3-sport, 12-season athlete who has earned the seal of biliteracy through the state of New Hampshire, is involved with the Multicultural Club, Hiking Club, National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, and Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. She has also consistently worked 3 jobs, volunteered at the food pantry, school events, track meets, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This year it is our privilege to present the Barbara Hamilton Award to Zoe Burt. The picture again. Mia, do you mind joining me? Thank you. All right, we're getting there. Raffle time, I am told. Everybody know what number Larry Bird was? 33. Number 33 is a winner. And number 2 is a winner. Number 2. I got 33. Let me get 33. Show you a gift card. Thank you. Yes. No, hold on. Hold on. Number 2? Really? Thank you. Congratulations. All right, at this point in time, we are going to recognize our scholar athletes. I'm going to call up Mr. Beals to help me with the medallions that we have here. The following Alvirne senior student athletes were recognized by the NHIAA and the NHADA at a ceremony up at the Capitol Center for the Arts in Concord in March. In order to be considered for this honor, students must have a GPA of a B+ or higher, must letter in at least 2 varsity sports, and be active all 4 years in NHIAA recognized sports. Here is the class of 2026 NHIAA NHADA Division I scholar athletes from Alvirne. Lisa Amati. I think they're alphabetical. Okay. Ari Anderson. Cadence Bice. Zoe Burt. Katie Considine. Samantha De Silva. I'm trying to go too fast for Mr. Beals here, but he's keeping up. Pat Deely. Brendan Funk. Joey Marcotte. Samuel Matson. Carson Mills. Shane Plumley. John Poremski. Dylan Ryan. Corey Savigny. Ella Simino. Aiden Swineski. Alana Tardif. Adam Wibowo. Danny Wimmer. Avery Woods. And Jack Zakos. Hold on, Mr. Beals, don't sit down. We'll let the athletes sit down, but a lot of them are going to be standing back up here because we're now going to recognize the 12-season athletes. These are the blankets. Yep. Starting with Lisa Amati, Cadence Bice, blankets are a little heavier for Mr. Beals, so I don't want to go too fast. Zoe Burt, Samantha De Silva, Joey Marcotte, Samuel Matson, Shane Plumley, Kyle Serpernot, Alana Tardif, Danny Wimmer, Avery Woods, and Jack Zakos. Whoa! These are athletes. For those of you wondering about the link between athletic participation and academic success, how about the amount of overlap between those last two groups called up? 12-season athletes and scholar athletes. All right, one more raffle, and then I'm going to be able to finally sit down for a little bit. Any requests? The New York Knicks once won the NBA lottery by freezing an envelope so that they knew what the card would be to get Patrick Ewing. $52. 23. 23 or 52? 52. You're right. That is a 52. The Alvirne math is outstanding. Students are able to identify numbers. 23 we're struggling with, though. Somebody's like in the bathroom and they're going to miss out on a... $20. Show me 20. Show me. Sure enough. All right, Mr. Beals, you can sit down now. No, we are. I was going to call you back up and be annoying, but you can stay here. At this point in the evening, we are going to be moving on to our Senior Athlete Career Achievement Awards. These award recipients were selected through a nomination and voting process involving varsity coaches from all 3 seasons, and we are pleased to continue the tradition of presenting each award winner with an engraved clock to commemorate their time spent at Alvirne. First up, we're going to have Steve Beals to present an award.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you again for coming. I want to just quickly echo Justin's comments with my great appreciation to the Booster Club. Thank you for what you do to make this all happen. Thank you for your flexibility of hearing new ideas and supporting them. And parents, I urge, as Justin said, the same. I also would be remiss if I didn't thank coaches, thank all involved in athletics. We have a lot of people who work game management for us. It's a Len Lathrop in the box. It's at the basketball scoring table. It's Karen Bonney coming back. It's Haley Peasley literally all over the place for the anytime we need her, including a unified track state meet the other day. There's a lot that goes into running a Division I athletic program. I love our direction with Justin at the helm. Thank you for the year that you have had, and thank everybody involved. Certainly the athletes are part of this. When I look through the program and I see these names on there, I would be remiss if I didn't tell something about them. Justin already shared about Karen Bonney, and last year, for those of you in the room, we so greatly admired the work that she had done throughout her career at Alvirne with the naming of the Athlete of the Year. Barbara Hamilton's name was referenced earlier. Barbara will be inducted into the Alvirne Hall of Fame. She was an elementary phys ed teacher and recreation giant in the town of Hudson a long time ago, as I and some of you, as old as I am, grew up in this town. You'll remember that name as possibly your elementary school phys ed teacher. James V. Regan, and you hear about the Sportsmanship Award. Our counseling office is named for James V. Regan. There's a picture of him in one of the conference rooms. Most kids, most adults don't know that. He was a lifelong counselor at Alvirne. His children went to Alvirne, and you see a lot of themes in that regard. Alumni either coming back, many of our coaches referenced earlier today, coming back and coaching. Phil Demers, I don't want to leave anybody out. Adam Dufault, Haley Peasley. I appreciate the efforts of everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce the male recipient of the Mike Lee Scholar Athlete Award. Mike Lee was my Alvirne baseball coach when I finished school here in 1985. He coached baseball at Alvirne for 38 years. In addition to those 38 years, there were very few who were as dedicated to his classroom craft as he was to the athletic field craft. He was probably the most prepared teacher I had ever seen, simply saying, I need to prepare next school year's lesson in the previous year, because he had a clear desire, like on the baseball field, to ensure that his team was prepared. Prepared did not always mean winning. It meant that we were prepared and we learned together through chemistry, collaboration, and hard work. This individual, and I'm going to use from my phone, excuse me for that, but I wanted to share a couple of comments from his other coaches, because I was never a coach for this young man. This individual is extremely talented student athlete who is as dedicated to his teammates as he is about his schoolwork and family. And it was an absolute pleasure to coach him for the last 2 years in soccer. Next coach, excuse my phone. He's deserving of it. He never once complained, just showed up and constantly worked. He was such a great teammate, always cheering everyone on and being positive no matter what the scenario was. A hardworking, very polite, respectful young man who has a bright future ahead of him. Great athlete, even greater person. My comments are, if you were able to see through the lens of the high school principal what this young man does in the building every day, being a role model not only for his peers, current other seniors, but for our building, you would know the special talents that he truly has. The award is about scholar athlete, and we start with the word scholar. He is an outstanding student. Similar to he's a better person than, he's an incredible person. Fashion Wednesdays are part of this man's DNA. He is the best dressed individual at Alvirne High School, whether it's Wednesday or any other day. Does everybody know who I'm talking about? Just take one look at this outfit, minus the spaghetti sauce he spilled all over his shirt tonight, okay? That's only a joke. Did you? Okay. Please join me, everyone. When we do these special awards, athletes, this is a standing ovation for the hard work and dedication of these individuals. Parents, you can sit there, but you need to stretch if you're in one of these chairs for as long as you've been, or worse yet, you're in the bleachers. Please join me in congratulating our Mike Lee Scholar Athlete recipient, Adam Wabowo.
All right, next up, we are going to call one of our coaches to present the Female Scholar Athlete Award, Adam Dufault.
Good evening, everyone. Like Mr. Beals said, Mike Lee is somebody here who taught and coached at Alvirne who really left such a strong legacy. I was privileged enough to be coached under him as well in my time here at Alvirne when I played baseball. And I was thrilled to hear that there are 2 female recipients of the Mike Lee Scholar Athlete Award. And I am lucky to have been able to coach both of them in their time here. So this first recipient, I had the privilege of not only being her coach, but I also was her teacher this year in senior capstone, where she hosted an organized litter cleanup. This was a project idea that as soon as she brainstormed it, I admired it. And it allowed me to learn more about her as a student and a person outside of the track and the cross-country track. In addition to being a captain to cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track, this recipient excels in the classroom. Academically, she ranks 4th in her class and is a member in many clubs and groups, including the Multicultural Club, Hiking Club, National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and many more things. She has never backed down from being as involved as she can here at Alvirne. The way this recipient has balanced her academic and athletic responsibilities, not just this year, but throughout her 4 years here, is nothing short of impressive. Please join me in celebrating our first of 2 scholar athletes, Zoe Burt. So on to our second female Mike Lee Scholar Athlete Award. This also goes to somebody who I was privileged to coach. I never had her in class, but during my tenure here at Alvirne, she has been someone who I could count on as a coach all the time. As an athlete here, she has been a captain to both indoor and outdoor track and field, and she also played some basketball during her time here. While I haven't had the opportunity to have her in class, I can't express how proud of her I am for all the work she has done as a student. On her path to earning the position of salutatorian, this recipient has completed 6 AP classes here at Alvirne. She's a student athlete who exemplifies what it means to be a Bronco. Her involvement is beyond admirable, and she is the vice president of the National Honor Society and also helps as a coach to the unified soccer team. If you haven't already, you should definitely take a look at her capstone project. It is a gorgeous painting of a cow down on the first floor. That is definitely worthy of taking a look. It's one of the coolest capstones I got to see this year. We all know that she will continue to be successful in the future and will continue to make whatever community she is in better. We are better off having had Danny Wimmer here. Please join me in congratulating her.
Congratulations to the Scholar Athlete winners. Next up, we have the James V. Regan Sportsmanship Award. First, we're going to call up Coach Molly Norton to present the female award.
What is that? Hello. The James V. Regan Sportsmanship Award is not just about athletic ability, but it's also about character, leadership, and the way that someone carries themselves on and off the field. This player consistently has demonstrated what it means to be a true teammate, whether we were facing adversity, which I don't know if you guys saw our record, but we faced a lot, and pushing through difficult practices or battling in close games. This athlete led with composure and integrity the entire season. She treated opponents with respect, supported her teammates, and represented our program with class at every opportunity. As a coach, you notice the athletes who make themselves or make those around them better, not just through words, but through actions. This senior has done exactly that and served as a role model in all aspects of her life. Our team culture is stronger and our program is building because of this player's ability to show grace while still maintaining her competitive nature. It is my honor to present the James V. Regan Sportsmanship Award to one of our varsity captains, Caden Spice.
How about a raffle? I got a 43. Jacoby.
Hold on to this.
43, yeah. Congratulations. Number 5. That's a 5. Yeah. Congratulations. All right, we're going to move along to the James V. Regan Sportsmanship Male Award, presented by Coach Sam Bonnie Lyles.
Good evening, everyone. It's my honor to present this year's Male Sportsmanship Award. Sportsmanship is about character, selflessness, and the way you treat others when nobody is watching. This year's recipient embodied those qualities every single day. He was a tremendous teammate who consistently put others before himself and helped create a positive culture within our program. He led by example, showed respect to everyone around him, and was always someone his teammates could count on. Beyond our team, he served as an outstanding role model for younger players in our community. He understood that younger athletes were always watching, and he carried himself in a way that reflected the very best of what high school sports should be. One moment that perfectly captures who he is came during a JV game. After an opposing team's JV player broke his shoes, this person immediately went to his car and gave him his backup pair. For his leadership, humility, and unwavering commitment to putting others first, it's my honor to present this year's Male Sportsmanship Award to Garrett Hall.
All right, we will be doing the Athlete of the Year presentation next, but I got 2 more raffle tickets. $19. And 62. $19. Joey, 62? Yeah, 62. You're right. All right, moving along to the Karen Bonney Athlete of the Year presentation. I'm going to call up Coach Jason Lewis.
Good evening. Before I talk about this year's recipient, I want to say how honored I am to present an award that carries Karen Bonney's name. I've had the privilege of working for Karen for several years, and I've seen firsthand the care, dedication, and passion she has always brought to our student athletes. It's a special honor to present an award that reflects those same qualities. Most coaches usually save the winner's name for the very end and keep you guessing the whole time. I'm not doing that tonight. I like to know who we're celebrating from the start. I think she should be up here with me while I say all the nice things about her. So this year's Karen Bonney Female Athlete of the Year Award is Lisa Amati. Lisa is everything this award is meant to recognize. She's a three-sport varsity athlete, a dedicated teammate, an outstanding student athlete, and one of the hardest working young people I've had the privilege to coach. As a captain of our volleyball team, Lisa helped lead a remarkable turnaround this season. Her leadership came through every day in her effort, positivity, commitment to her teammates, and she set the standard and made everyone around her better. I've had the opportunity to coach Lisa for 5 years now, going all the way back to middle school. One of my favorite memories of her goes all the way back. We were playing Timberlane in a playoff match. You remember this? Maybe. Because of some injuries, Lisa suddenly found herself in a much bigger role than expected. When her number was called, she was ready. She came in, she made some huge plays for us. After the match, she was absolutely overjoyed, tears in her eyes, jumping around, celebrating like it was the greatest night of her life. I've never forgotten that moment because it perfectly captures who Lisa is. She loves being part of a team, appreciates every opportunity, and gives everything she has no matter what role she's asked to play. She's a competitor, a leader, and most importantly, a great person. Lisa, thank you for your hard work, your leadership, and the example you've set for younger athletes. Congratulations on an incredible career and on being named the Karen Bonney Female Athlete of the Year. Please join me in congratulating Lisa.
To present our next award, I'm going to call up our track coach and cross-country coach, Phil Demers.
I'm Phil Demers. So I was told to keep the speech a little short, but there's plenty to say, all right? So my long speech, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't worry, it's only one page. All right. So I decided to keep it anonymous. Some athletes specialize in one event. Occasionally, though, you get an athlete who can truly do it all. I first met this athlete during cross country in 2023, where he ran 18 minutes of the 5K and earned a spot on our varsity team, competed with us at the state meet. But once track season came around, his talent really began to shine. He threw over 125 feet in javelin, putting himself in contention for the state meet. However, that wasn't even close to being his main event. As he began trying other events, we quickly realized he was our top long jumper, our best hurdler, and one of our fastest sprinters. Throughout his career, he has ranked among the top 3 in Division I for the 55-meter hurdles, the 110 hurdles, the 300 hurdles, long jump, triple jump, and multiple relays. Season after season, we watched him improve, and with that progression came record after record. Today, he holds 7 school records, including one that has stood since 37 years ago. His accomplishments extend beyond the state level. He qualified for indoor nationals and helped lead our team to a runner-up finish at the Division I Indoor State Championship, something our boys program had not accomplished in nearly 40 years. From cross country to javelin to hurdles, jumps, sprints, and relays, he's done it all. More importantly, he has represented our program with excellence, versatility, and determination every step of the way. It's my honor to present the 2026 Karen Bonney Athlete of the Year Award to Joey Marcotte.
Thank you.
Wasn't too long.
Oh, that's mine.
Congratulations to all of our award winners, and who knows, we might have another banner or award to give out after this weekend, Joey. We'll see how things go. Thank everybody for coming tonight. Thank you for your hospitality and for welcoming me in for my first year here. It's been a pleasure. We are clocking in at an hour 51 by my calculations, so we did pretty well this year. We will see if there's things to adjust for next year, but I appreciate everybody bearing with me. We are going to leave up the picture display here. You're welcome to get pictures taken, stay and mingle, do whatever you would like. But that brings this event to a conclusion. Thank you.